All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Bahashem Rekakwadash. A double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who do rule well, and salute, man. Much love to you censored brothers, man, who push this truth week in and week out, man. Y'all brothers, y'all stay strong, man. We almost home. And these are very spiritual and amazing times that we living in, man. You know, and I thought I'd share with y'all this photo op that Donald Trump had, which this is really deeper than the photo op, you know. He's standing in front of a boarded up church, and he held up the Bible. And when he did that, that screamed year of prophecy to me. That screamed year of prophecy, man. You know? And if you got the eye to see, this devil knows what they're about to do. He knows what they're about to do is written in the scriptures, man. They're about to bring Jacob's trouble. They're about to bring hardcore martial law. They got their soft core martial law here and there in different spots around the country, but they're about to bring that hardcore martial law. They're about to start doing that mass microchipping, man. He already said out of his own mouth, that he's about to mobilize the military before the end of the year to vaccinate the people, the American people. And they keep saying it over and over and over that the so-called blacks are the number one people affected by COVID-19. So that means you're the number one target, the so-called Negro. You know? And on top of that, you got a lot of Edomites. And I want to speak on this in this video mainly about the Edomites, like Mr. Cuomo. I forgot, was he like a governor in New York or something like? I forgot Salaki, but he's one of them big political figures in New York or whatever. He's so-called cut Trump with the scriptures, man. So these devils, these big so-called elite devils is now cutting each other with the scriptures, man. Well, that's all it shows, but I'm going to get into it with these scriptures, man. This is 2 Esdras 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Notice the sirens are going off in the background, man. The sirens are going off, and on top of that, he had to clear that area out right there. It was protesters, so-called peaceful protesters right there. They were protesting in that same spot, and then he came and sent militarized police to come disperse those people with tear gas and flashbangs, man, and hitting them with them shields and all that, man, just to stand there and do this photo op. Which, by the way, once again, this is deeper than the photo op, man. It's deeper than that. And go. We
have a great country. That's my thoughts. Greatest country in the world. Make it even greater. It won't take long. It's not going to take long. See what's going on. It's coming back. It's coming back strong. It'll be greater than ever before.
The pride of his heart has deceived him, man. He thinking America gonna be greater than ever before, which really he's speaking of that new world order, man, putting the so-called blacks and Latinos back in slavery and eradicating most of us, though. You know. Let me read this real quick. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Exactly. And Trump knows he's one of those men written of in the scriptures, one of those elite Edomites who job is to bring in the new world order system, or try to bring in the new world order system and bring in a new mark of the beast, you know, and to help push these race wars, because Esau, they pushing a race war. Jake ain't pushing it. Most of that rioting and looting and setting stuff on fire, those are police officers and paid anarchist, whatever you call them, man. Paid agent provocateurs doing that, man. Ain't too many Negroes know how to burn down a big ass building. It take more than just going in there and throwing a Molotov cocktail, man. You gotta have some skills, man. You gotta be a arsonist, man. You gotta really know what you're doing to do that, man. So this devil know what's up. That's why he's holding up that Bible. He know the year of prophecy, man. Prophecy is being fulfilled. Big time, man. But that Bible condemns them. So let's go.
Country in the world. Thank you very much, everybody. Going to keep it nice and safe.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking in.
Hold on, I want to show this part.
Knew it was up to us to make a sock that was truly great. So we started with the material of the gods.
Hey,
Premium blended cotton was.
Lord, get out of here.
The president held up the Bible the other day in Washington, D.C. Here in New York, we actually read the Bible, and there are some passages that I think are especially appropriate for today and this time of where we are. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Matthew 5. If a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. That was Mark 3.
The peacemakers are the elect, man. The peacemakers are the elect, man. Not you damn devils. But then he quoted that Mark 3 and 25, if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. These devils actually cutting each other with the scriptures, man. And they know and Trump, he know about the Bible, man. The Lord hid his face from these devils, but they know a good amount of the Bible, man. But they don't have that full understanding. The Holy Spirit is not working with them, The Lord is working with them on the left-hand side, though. To understand a big chunk and great things in the Bible, man. So they know a house divided against itself shall not stand. Matter of fact, I get that. That's Mark 3. Let me get the one. It's right up there on the screen. Mark 3. Slock it, man. Give me a second. Man. Slock it. Okay. This is Mark 3 and 25. Yeah, 3 and 25. I started 24. You know what? Verse 23. And it says, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And verse 24, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. Exactly, man. So as you can see, Satan is divided against himself. We know this is political theater, but they actually got some beefs going on behind the scenes, man. These so-called elite Edomites, man. So how can that kingdom stand? You know? You got everybody against, every man's hand is against each other in this kingdom, man. How can this kingdom stand? So they know this bitch is about to fall. Trump knows it's about to fall. That's another reason he holding up that Bible, man. He knows it's about to fall. But he gonna put up that fight, which is written in the scriptures also. The war in heaven. Satan ass was cast out into the earth, destroyed, and put in slavery, man. That's in the Bible, man. Let me see.
Actually, before Abraham Lincoln. Turn away from evil and do good. Search for peace and work to maintain it. Psalms 34. The seed whose fruit is righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. I think those words are all appropriate for where we are today. It's another quote that I think is applicable to where we are today. You can't use the military as a political weapon. Do you remember who said that? I said that. There's another quote. The option to use active duty forces in law enforcement, use forces in a law enforcement role, should only be used as a matter of last resort, and only in the most urgent and dire of situations. We are not in one of those situations now. I do not support invoking the Insurrection Act. Do you know who said that? Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, appointed by President Trump. You can't set fire.
This is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Exactly. So this is part of that shameful spirit. When you even got other Edomites even quoting the scriptures, cutting you with them, man. That's a part of that shameful spewing, man. And Esau, your track record has reached onto the heavens according to the Bible, man. I can go over and over and over all of them, but I mean, that'll be beating a dead horse, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep doing it anyway, you know? I can't squeeze all of your wickedness into one video. You devils know how wicked y'all are, man. So this is shameful spewing up on your glory, man. And Sirach 21, 24. 21, 24, let me see. Hold on. Sirach 21, 24. Give me a second. Let me play this.
Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, appointed by President Trump. You can't set fire to the house and then claim you are the one trying to put out the flames. Do you know who said that? You guys are not well read. That I can tell you. A.J. Parkinson said that.
I got a quick cut for that too. This is Sirach 21, 27. When the ungodly curses Satan, he curses his own soul. So you Edomites cursing each other out, quoting scriptures to each other. Y'all cursing your own soul, man. Because y'all are one and the same. You're the ungodly, which means you got Satan within you. It says when the ungodly curses Satan, he curses his own soul, man.
To that, you can't set fire to the house and then claim you are the one trying to put out the flames.
Oh, that's so true, man. That's beautiful because these devils are the architecture of all this madness going on, man. Antifa, that's them. Black Lives Matter, Esau run that. George Soros, man, a so-called white Jew, an Edomite, an Amalekite. All this anarchy in the streets, the police are setting fires. Like I said, the police setting fires, they busting windows, they kicking off shit. They leaving piles of bricks right there for where the protesters is at. You know, they paying all these people. You devils are doing it. You set fire to the house and then claim you the one trying to put out the flames. You set fire. You the one got Jake in the circumstances that they're in today. You backed us into the wall, man. Into a corner. Hell, you smushed us into a corner because we've been backed into a corner. You know? And now Jake fighting back, man. You can't claim you talking about you putting out the flames, man, with your military. But you the one that burnt. You the one set fire to the goddamn house, man. Order out of chaos.
You know who said that? You guys are not well read. That I can tell you. A.J. Parkinson said that.
I saw somebody standing in front of a church the other day had been boarded up as a result of violence, held the Bible in his hand. I've been preaching since I was a little boy. I never seen anyone hold a Bible like that, but I'll leave that alone. But since he held the Bible, if he's watching us today, I would like him to open that Bible. And I'd like him to read Ecclesiastes 3. To every season, there's a time and a purpose. And I think that it is our job to let the world know when we see what is going on in the streets of this country and in Europe, around the world, that you need to know what time it is. First of all, we cannot use Bibles as a prop. And for those that have agendas,
This nigga used the Bible as a prop. He don't follow the Bible. This nigga's a bought and paid for hireling, charlatan, sharpton, an agent, a snitch, an informant for the so-called white man. You use the Bible as a prop, nigga.
that are not about justice. This family will not let you use George as a prop.
So this nigga basically cursing his own soul too. This is Ecclesiastes 3. I'm glad he quoted that Ecclesiastes 3. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. And Al Sharpton, you coming to that point where it's almost time for you to die. 2/3 it's time for y'all to die, man. Esau, it's time for your ass to die. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. See, he didn't go into this and break this down. A time to kill and a time to heal. The Christians, they jump over that part where it says it's a time to kill. And we living in those times to kill. And the times of healing also. Because through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, the elect is being healed right now. You know, this word has healed us, man. And to see it coming to fruition is very healing, man. It says it's time to break down and a time to build up. And as you see, shit getting broke down in America, man. The whole economy is broke up in America now. COVID-19 really hit a death blow, but then all the riots, that I think that was a nail in the coffin, man. You know, and it's gonna keep persisting. It says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. Let's see, a time to rent and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate. I ain't gonna tell you it's a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. Now you guess what time we in, man. Do I really gotta break that down? You know? So, beautiful times, man. Amazing, amazing spiritual times we living in. And I would like to say all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shah, Bashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Kwam Yasharallah. Abad Babal.